I should say the mindfulness techniques such as meditation or just deep breathing, right? And mindful journaling is something I practice myself and I insist on students practicing it. They've been highly effective in fostering creativity and resilience and emotional intelligence among students. These practices are they help in both the ways. They help them students to manage stress because they're under pressure always. So the access to the creative potential is going low because they are always in a competitive spirit. They just want to finish. They want to meet the deadlines. They want to finish the work and move on to the next. But somewhere we are killing that creative part of them.
Hello everyone, I'm Jitendraa Singh, banker turned entrepreneur and author of the book Perfect Mastering the Art of Selling. I welcome you to read my story where I interview authors, speakers, coaches, celebrities, entrepreneurs and more. Today I have with me Dr. Beena Pinto. She is a seasoned mindfulness coach, leverages her 19 years of corporate experience to guide entrepreneurs, corporates and students on transformative journey. As a founder of NEB Preschool, she fosters early education at 4 thriving locations. Her diverse roles extended to founder directors at Litos and the entrepreneurial realm, where she leads Gilby Spices and offers valuable business consulting services to startups, focusing on human resources. She authored the book You Don't Need Drugs to Stop Anxiety and actively engages in associations like Wiki, Karnataka Council for Personal Branding, Rotary, Santrupti, and eMark. Beyond her professional pursuit, her passion for painting, tracking, Indian classical dance, and music enriches her life, allowing her to connect with people through various cultural mediums. Her primary mission revolves around nurturing individual potential and equipping them with essential skills for corporate success, with a special dedication to empowering women. Through mindfulness strategies, Dr. Beena is on a global mission to transform entrepreneurs and leaders, helping them overcome challenges like anxiety, lack of focus, patience, or self-compassion. Today, she will be discussing about her life journey. So let us hear from her. Welcome, ma'am. The platform is open, and now over to you.
Thank you, Jitendraa Singh. Very grateful for being here, and thank you all the viewers or listeners for your time.
So, pleasure to have you. First thing I'd like to know from you is how did your past life has affected the person you actually wanted to be in your life and what you are?
Yeah, definitely. My past experiences have been greatly influenced for what I am today or who I am. They've shaped my values, passions, and various roles I've undertaken. Like you just gave my introduction. So I have a background of management studies and entrepreneurship. I've been inspiration also. Throughout my journey, I've learned a lot, right from a toddler till the management or wherever I've worked with or the colleagues. Everybody, I've got inspired and I've found my own niche. And NEB Preschool is one of my passions for the children, and I engage in business consulting too because I come from a management background. It helps me to help the startups, especially those who are in the initial stage of excelling in human resources field. So I give my bit of consulting there. These experiences have always nurtured my commitment towards personal growth, education, and also supporting others, especially women in their journeys.
That's really nice. So if I ask you further, what are the things you are passionate about in your life? One you already mentioned, and also what is the role of motivation and inspiration onto it further?
Okay. To answer your first part of the question, I'm passionate about personal development, education, and entrepreneurship for sure, and also women empowerment. Motivation and inspiration play very important roles in my life. So self-motivation and inspiration from everyone outside. They fuel my drive to continuously learn and grow. I'm a learner, as I said, as well as, it motivates me to help others achieve their goals. So I feel more successful when anybody with my guidance achieves that milestone. My passion for these areas keep me motivated, and in turn I seek to inspire others through my work.
That's really nice. So you are working with multiple areas, like wherein you are working closely with people and supporting and guiding them, not only to the people who are in business, but also the young children as well. So that's really impressive. And if I ask you further, like about your work and experiences, you had long experiences. So on to it, like how you started your career, what all you did, and now what you are doing currently.
Yeah, I can say that, I've crossed three stages. One as my student life, where I've learned a lot, not just being a student, but the word we say more often these days as resilience. That I've learned because I've been switching over schools and colleges as my dad was getting transferred. So that itself taught me a greatest lesson. Then comes my career, where I started my post MBA. I was working with IBM. Most of my corporate experiences there, and that's where I learned the corporate side of it. But then there was one day where I figured out, okay, I'm supposed to be doing something more. So that's when I became an entrepreneur. I started working for a school, and then I took over a school, existing one. And recently I've founded Annie preschool. Post that, I felt, okay, there is a lack of training and support required. So I started Litos. I founded in 2015. But then, everything adds up. So I know there are lacks and gaps. I try to fill in myself. So I did my counseling, psychology, and then I started consulting, business consulting services through Litos, and also counseling in my free time through my close network. And then I figured out there is a lot of anxiety. Maybe it is generally any individual or a corporate or an entrepreneur. There's a lot of stress going around. Yeah, so that's when with my own experiences, I mastered mindfulness. And it helps me because as you say that I'm into multiple things, and if I'm stressed out, all the pillars go down. So I need to be strong there. I think that's where the mindfulness has helped me. So when I felt this concept works for myself, so it applies to everybody else. That's when I've authored the book, Anxiety Relief Book, where I don't believe in taking medicine or drugs to sort issues or illness. So I believe everything is in the mind. So that's where I've written this book. And then I hold a lot of leadership positions in several associations like Wiki. I'm a president of Karnataka Council for Personal Branding, where we have 30 women entrepreneurs together. We strive to do better by establishing their own brand. I support them, as well as I learn from many others. So similarly, I'm also part of G100, where it's all doing well. That I'm part of Rotary, where I network with a couple of people and understand how their journey was, how I get inspired by every person I meet through Emerge, and lots of other things. So my experiences, to come back to the next question, so my experiences range from education, entrepreneurship, and now it is to mental health advocacy and community engagement.
Amazing. You've been doing multitasking, various different roles you are taking care of. That's really amazing. And you are working on mindfulness is even wonderful. So now further, if I ask you, what is your vision, mission and goal in life for next 5 to 10 years from now? Not long, but ideally.
Okay. Yes, Jitendraa. So my vision is to continuously nurture personal growth and development in individuals and businesses. That's the Litos formation. So where everyone gets their share of developing personally and professionally. And when it comes to my mission, I can say that I would love to provide guidance and support for individuals, again, to strive through their personal and professional life.
Right.
I can say, my goal is to make a positive impact on education. That's why Annie B was formed, through entrepreneurship and also mental health. So promoting personal branding and community involvement is the recent goal.
Wonderful. So now if I ask you, what are the most important life lessons you have learned from personal and professional journey?
Okay, there's quite a bit, maybe another book for that. But yes, well, the most
Right.
important lessons I can just summarize it with few points. It can be the power of resilience, where I have learned to accommodate myself to any given situation or environment. The value of continuous learning, we have to keep learning. So we are here to learn and upgrade ourselves. And the most important part in leadership, what I have felt, is handling people is only through the empathy. So empathy and compassion, where that's very important. It plays a very significant role in maintaining a balance between personal and professional life.
Really wonderful. So now if I ask you further, like since you've been working on mindfulness, so can you share how mindfulness practices can positively impact the development of leadership skills and quality in students?
Definitely, yeah. So mindfulness practices enhance self-awareness for sure. So we start with being aware of self, and then we move on to emotional intelligence, handling stress and managing it. All of which are very crucial for effective leadership, right? We only talk about being a leader these days. None of us want to be under somebody, right? We want to lead our team. So how to be involved, or no, we have a couple of leadership styles, but end of it, we work with people. So being a people's person, empathetic towards them, and show compassion, and those things we can't teach somebody who is already running a business. So we say that we just need to tweak the plant however it grows to be a tree, right? So that's how these mindfulness practices, they teach students to be present at that very particular moment, to take more informed decisions, and cultivate compassion. So these are the very key qualities of any successful leader. So that's not taught in any of the books. So that's what we teach.
Correct. It's really important. Like these things really help if you practice them. Like practice these mindfulness practices, it will really help you on overall perspective.
Right.
So in your experience, like what specific mindfulness technique have you found most effective in fostering creativity, resilience, and emotional intelligence among students?
Yeah, I should say the mindfulness techniques such as meditation, or just deep breathing, right? And mindful journaling is something I practice myself, and I insist on students practicing it. They've been highly effective in fostering creativity and resilience and emotional intelligence among students. These practices are like, they help in both the ways. They help students to manage stress, because they're under pressure always. So the access to the creative potential is going low, because they are always in a competitive spirit. They just want to finish. They want to meet the deadlines. They want to finish the work and move on to the next. But somewhere we are killing that creative part of them. So that is fostered here, and it also develops emotional regulation, you can say. And all this happens only through a consistency. So when you focus all your attention on what you're doing at present, you automatically discard the distractions, whatever, maybe a gadget distraction or anything, any thoughts, anxiety about the future, or even the past worries. We try to tell that, yeah, students need to be focused, but they don't know how to do it. So mindfulness techniques are really helpful. With consistency, it just happens. It's not like a separate add-on to what you're doing. It's just like how you breathe. It's essential and it's natural. So that's how it is.
You just spoke about mindfulness journal. So how it works, like what all things students can put in their journal?
Yeah. So when I say journal, it's not like writing a diary as such that, oh, I did this, it happened this way and all. There's a technique how you can do. Like we do have, practicing affirmation is something which everybody is doing. But then, unless you write it down, we say that our nerves, our veins are connected, right? We know that. And so when you write, it is registered more prominently. And so what happens is when you're journaling, journaling, what you did, okay, for example, we start with designing our own timetable. So we know, okay, this is the day I spend my day like this. Okay.
Correct.
But then what you do in that particular hour, everybody gets 24 hours. We sleep at least 6 to 8 hours. But the remaining number of hours, everybody is utilizing it in different ways. So how you can efficiently use this, I'm not talking about only multitasking, but then whatever you are doing, you just analyze through that and say, is this productive? Is this adding up? So we start with goal setting. Okay. So once you know what your goal is, okay, it's a long process. So you connect by saying that am I working towards my goal? Is this what I desire? So as and when you start writing, okay, and also write best things you have in your life. So that is something I tell my students or during my counseling, I insist on them to write at least 5 best things you have done during the day. Okay, may it be a very simple thing to make somebody smile. Okay, that itself is an achievement these days. To talk to a stranger and make that person comfortable. Okay, somebody is going through a rough phase, more tougher phase than you, with how to make that person at peace. To at least a moment you take, or nothing at all, you are staying at home, at least you have been breathing. That itself you should be grateful about. So we need to learn how to be I think gratitude practice is another thing I say, that when you start writing good things, whatever is happening in your life, either you become confident, also you start acknowledging the blessing instead of complaining or cribbing about something which you don't have. So that's a major part of journaling.
Right. That's really wonderful, because when you start writing positive things, so positive things start to happen in your life as well.
Perfect. Yes.
Right. So like these days, since children are very much engaging in like digital things, so and parents are always behind, worried about. So how can parents and educators support the integration of mindfulness practices in their children's education to enhance their leadership potential and overall well-being, and disconnect them from, or maybe can find solution for this digital gadgets?
So we cannot say that digital or gadgets are really bad. Technology has helped us. Like if we are talking to them, somebody else is listening. It's really a blessing. It's a boon. But how we make use of it is in our hands, right? Children are not that mature to take decisions. That's why the parents these days try to push in whatever thoughts they have, their beliefs onto the children. But we forget somewhere that there is a generation gap. What our parents used to be, we are not that, right? And the same applies to our children. So we don't know what is best right now, maybe because we are in that, we are blindfolded at times, saying that, okay, if that does not help me, it is bad. Okay, so it's not that way. So, but then to understand, most of the time I spend counseling the parents than counseling the students. So yeah, definitely, because I deal with, if I'm having 150 students in the school, there will be 300 parents, double the amount of parents who need help in understanding this generation children and the facilities what we have. Basically, they lead by example. So we as educators or parents, we can only lead by example. So if I am using gadget and sitting and quietly saying, yeah, oh please, you don't use it, we are not setting a right example. So instead, you take time off, set a time saying that half an hour is gadget free time. All of us will just be quiet. We'll go for a walk. We just look around. We sit in the balcony, or we pray together, sit together, eat together. We have come out of those family practices. So that's one. And then, they also provide access to resources such as you have to encourage open communication. So what we do is, most of the time we start assuming things. Okay, I assume as a kid that my parent will not accept what I propose to say, so I choose to lie instead. So, and that lie gets on to a chain of lies. There is insecurity between children and parents. Parents feel that, yes, if I have something to do, I have a call to take, I have to log in, only thing which can keep my children occupied is the gadget. So we just push it. I want my children to eat on time, no matter what it's in the plate, and just push it to them. So I give them a remote control. Just watch TV and do it.
Right.
So somewhere we are not leading by example, right? So these things are not giving a safe and supportive environment. We are not creating it for students to explore mindfulness. So somewhere down the line now, I think post-COVID, people have become aware that yoga, mindfulness, and everything is important in life. Mental well-being is very important. In India, especially, we woke up very late. Even though we have the strongest yogic or Vedic practices, it had to go to all around the world from Western, and now we are buying it. Okay, so somewhere we need to set standards, saying how being mindful, I am so efficient. How being mindful, I'm so happy in life. So consistency and patience are the key here, and integrating these practices will be very easy then.
True.
I hope I answered the question.
No, you wonderfully answered this, and this is really important. Like, we should understand that digital things are really helpful if we use them in a right way. And most importantly, children need to understand that this is one aspect which can help them in their studies. And most importantly, they should also understand that mindfulness practices and like meditation, yoga, whatever they do, that can help them to concentrate on their education as well as enhancing their leadership potential, and they can explore more things onto it further, which can help them to grow personally. So they can use it in that ways, and that can be the best thing possible. Now moving on to you again, if I ask you, like, what are your take on success? What do you think about it?
Okay, this is a very interesting question, because I always love to talk about success. People have their own ideas of success, right? So according to me, success is an harmonious achievement, I can say, not forceful. Okay, so achievement should be both personal and professional goals matching, while we make a positive impact on ourselves and the community. So it's a wider scope. When I think of it, it involves, for me personally, it involves growth. When I see where I am compared to myself, what I was yesterday is success. So I am learning, I am adding on to my skills, I am achieving one more milestone. That itself is success for me. So I celebrate those things, and I contribute to the well-being of others. It's not enough that I grow myself. Okay. So what I believe is, whoever is acquainted with me should grow along with me. That way, you feel good, right? I mean, all of a sudden you start focusing on yourself and you grow. There's nothing. I mean, you don't feel that satisfied. That's what triggered me to, move into entrepreneurship, where I felt providing jobs was my first passion, like motivation. Thinking that, yes, if I am an entrepreneur, I can provide so many employments. But then I felt, okay, what is my passion? So children are my passion. So how do I match my passion with my interest and my profession? So where I felt that if I provide a facility where women can go back to their work after having babies, and I take care of these babies, maybe until they are the toddler age. That's something I am very passionate about. Age 2 to 6 is where it's a peak time where they grasp as much as they are given. So when they are given the best of basic foundation, women are empowered because they get back to their work or business, and they don't have to worry about the children. So we have, I think, the maximum potential lies in a woman of the house. So if she is empowered, the entire family is.
Right.
So that's when I thought, okay, that's my success. I can say that everything I achieve, even if I have provided salary for a particular person on that particular month, I feel I'm successful. That's
right.
It.
So you are contributing in two ways. One is like paying salary, or like generating employment in one sense. And secondly, supporting like these young children with the right education and giving them the right mindset from the very beginning, which can be a very crucial thing for their entire life. So that's really wonderful. And now we are on last one. Any message or advice you would like to share with our viewers and listeners?
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank you all. Thank you for listening to me so patiently and supporting. As an enterprise, yes, I would advise viewers and listeners to prioritize self-awareness. That's most important. We always point fingers at others. So when will we start looking inside? That's the key. Maybe take away from this. And then continuous learning. I've recently done my doctorate in management studies. So nobody forced me to do anything. So all throughout my journey. So when I learn it for myself, there's a difference. And then empathy and compassionate leadership or involvement, even at your workplace or at your family. That's most important in your personal and professional journey. And then all these qualities along with mindfulness is like icing on the cake. It can lead to a fulfilling life. You can say my life is fulfilled. That sense of achievement, you get it only when you are mindful and you are positively impacting those around you. It doesn't happen even if you become the richest man or woman in the world. If you are not contributing to anybody else's growth, so that is something I personally advise each of you. If you have got 10, give 1 or 10% of it to somebody else so that they also grow. But like a summary, you should remember this, that the personal growth is a lifelong journey. You can't say that it is one time. So each step forward is a step forward towards success and well-being. So enjoy these milestones, compliment yourself, appreciate yourself now and then, take a break, pamper yourself, take care of yourself and love yourself. Most importantly, keep smiling.
Really wonderful. Really important though. And like you have shared so many amazing things. You have shared your story, your journey, how you started your career, what all you did, what things helped you in growing as a person, not only like individually, but also on your business journey as well. So that was really amazing. And also you shared things related to mindfulness, how we can be more mindful and we can implement small things in our life so that we can help ourselves be better and not only be better, but also be happy as well and follow our passion. That's really wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks for being a good listener. It's really important. We only talk, like I talk too much, but we need to listen, right? I think that's something you're doing. You're bringing in all the good people. You're helping the society. That itself is a wonderful deed. Thanks to you for that.
Thank you, Dr. Beena. I will also share your social media links along with the interview so that people can be in touch with you, take your help and guidance also. So guys, don't forget to check that out too. And finally, thank you so very much everyone for watching and listening. I hope you all must have gathered a lot of information and enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Have a good time. Thank you and bye-bye.